Now, it seems like before the 2024 battle, the I.N.D.I.A bloc is putting down its arms. Remember, just 2 days back, Nitish Kumar, the architect of the alliance, quit. With Bihar now back in the NDA fold, Jharkhand isn't faring too well, with Hemant Soren stepping down. And remember, he is in the custody of the Enforcement Directorate. The process has begun. Bhavtosh tells us that the questioning will continue tonight as well. Does this mean complete dissemination of I.N.D.I.A bloc? Can this tainted and tattered Vipaksh take on the Modi wave? That also, in fact, brings us to the legitimate question. We have some reactions lined up. The legitimate question is, Vipaksh tainted and tattered, and will this cross to our guests?
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
बहुमत के साथ हम लोगों ने, पूरे संख्या बल के साथ हम लोगों ने अपने हस्ताक्षर के साथ राजभवन को अवगत कराने का काम किया है और हम लोगों ने अपना नेता चुन लिया।
सर, गवर्नर के यहाँ मुख्यमंत्री का इस्तीफा हो गया।
अब ये आप वहाँ से पता करें, जो गवर्नर साहब के यहाँ से ये बात आपको जानकारी मिलेगी।
अगले मुख्यमंत्री झारखंड के चंपाई सोरेन होंगे क्या?
अरे हम लोगों ने नेता चुन लिया, इसका मतलब क्या होता है? नेता चुन लिया तो हमारे माननीय मुख्यमंत्री चंपाई सोरेन जी होंगे। हम लोग अपना नेता चुन लिया।
खबर आ रही है, क्या राज्यपाल की तरफ से इस्तीफा मंजूर नहीं किया जा रहा है?
हाँ,
राज्यपाल इस्तीफा मंजूर कर रही है।
अब ये हमें नहीं पता, ये राज्यपाल ये महामहिम राजभवन का बताएगा।
ये चंपाई सोरेन जी के नाम पे मुहर लगी।
हम लोगों ने चुन लिया अपना नेता।
चंपाई सोरेन अगले मुख्यमंत्री, तो विधायक दल के नेता चंपाई सोरेन।
All right, let's go across to our guests. We're joined by Shahzad Poonawala, national spokesperson of the BJP. We have Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, on the panel, along with Abbas Haider, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Lokesh Jindal, a political analyst, joins us. Tausif Ahmed, the advocate, also joins us on the broadcast. We have Akashdeep Muni, political analyst. We're also joined by Karuna Sagar, national spokesperson of the RJD. And we have Ajit Kumar, ex-JMM candidate, on the panel as well. Ajit Kumar ji, I want to come to you first. ठीक है, numbers है आपके पास, सरकार बच जाएगी, but what about this taint? What about the fact that Hemant Soren was forced to step down? In fact, let me take that across to Karuna Sagar. The fact that Hemant Soren had to step down because of charges of corruption, because of these allegations, and he was anticipating the arrest. What does this mean now for the I.N.D.I.A bloc?
Well, Swati, thank you. And it's a tough time for Indian democracy. In fact, it's not a fight against corruption. It's use of, or rather misuse of, agencies to ensure the political hegemony of BJP. And as the 2024 election nears, the BJP's desperation is showing. If you can't win an election, then buy a government. And this has been the trend for past 10 years that we have been seeing. And this is what is going to happen. Today, they don't have anything to say about farmers, workers, housewives, middlemen, middle class. They don't have to talk about the issues of the common people, the unemployment, the price rise. So that's why, because they have lost the plot. So the effort is to create an atmosphere where there is a suspicion against the opposition leaders. And that you ensure by misusing the agencies. And we have seen the trend that those people whom
Okay, so you're saying the BJP has lost the plot, they have lost the plot, they have no agenda, and that's why they are trying to break the opposition by putting the opposition leaders behind bars. We have Ajit Kumar now on the broadcast, ex-JMM candidate. Ajit Kumar, I want to ask you, before you start leveling political allegations, it becomes a political fight. The Enforcement Directorate has been investigating this since 2022. 14 people have been arrested according to the ED. The statements that were recorded has led them to the door of Hemant Soren. 14 लोगों की गिरफ्तारी, उनके स्टेटमेंट रिकॉर्ड किए गए और ईडी का कहना है कि उनके पास सबूत हैं। उनके इन्वेस्टिगेशन ने उनको हेमंत सोरेन के दरवाजे तक पहुंचाया है। अजीत जी, हम आपको सुन नहीं पा रहे हैं, अपने आप को अनम्यूट करेंगे क्या आप?
भैया 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 हेमंत सोरेन जी।
अजीत जी, okay, there seems to be an audio issue. By the time he's through, Shehzad Poonawala respond. BJP has no agenda. They've lost the plot, and that's why you're targeting opposition leaders.
देखिए, पाकिस्तान में इमरान खान और बुशरा बीबी कन्विक्ट हुए हैं और झारखंड में भी संभवतः इमरान खान और झारखंड भी आज उनके साथ जो हो रहा है। और देखिए, कब तक ये रट लगाए रखेंगे। मैं केवल इतना पूछना चाहता हूँ, अब इनका नारा बन चुका है इंडिया अलायंस का, मैं उनको राइटर के रूप में देना चाहता हूँ कि भ्रष्टाचार मेरा शिष्टाचार, भ्रष्टाचार मेरा जनसिद्ध अधिकार, कोई पकड़े तो मैं चिल्लाऊं अत्याचार अत्याचार, खेलो विक्टिम का। ये ईडी और सीबीआई के बारे में कब तक बोलेंगे? लालू जी कन्विक्टेड है। करुणा सागर जी के लिए मेरे मन में व्यक्तिगत रूप से बहुत सम्मान है, क्योंकि शायद ये संभवतः पुलिस सर्विसेज में भी शायद रहे हैं। तो मैं इनसे पूछना चाहता हूँ, कन्विक्टेड है लालू, जेएमएम कन्विक्ट हो चुकी है 93 के केस में, 98 में, तब तो मोदी शाह थे नहीं। 97 में पहली बार लालू जी जेल होका है और 2013 में पहली बार कन्विक्ट हुए। इनका तो पीएचडी लगातार रहा है भ्रष्टाचार के मामले में। अच्छा चलिए छोड़ देते, ईडी का गलत इस्तेमाल हो रहा है ना। लोकेश भाई बड़े दिनों के बाद मिल रहे हैं, ये सुनिए लोकेश जी की जो पार्टी है उनके बयान है, सुनिए।
शराब का मामला है, ये शिक्षा का मामला नहीं है। शराब की बात हो रही है, शिक्षा पर छुपने का काम।
ये है सुप्रिया श्रीनेती कह रही है केजरीवाल तो सर से लेकर पैर तक भ्रष्ट। आप सुनिए ये बात।
करानी है, सोनिया गांधी को गिरफ्तार करो।
ओके,
10 सेकंड और
इंटरोगेशन करो, देखो पता।
ये है केजरीवाल जी बोल रहे सोनिया गांधी भ्रष्ट है।
Shehzad, Champai Soren is speaking. All right, we'll try and go live once again and listen to what Champai Soren has to say, because he's been elected now by the MLAs. They have submitted their letter of support to Champai Soren as the next Chief Minister of Jharkhand. Yes. Okay, I think he's through.
बनाने का दावा पेश किया गया।
आज जो है हेमंत जी ने अपने पद से इस्तीफा दिए हैं और हम लोगों ने जो है महामहिम राज्यपाल महोदय को अपना दावा पेश किए हैं। हम लोगों ने 43 MLAs का समर्थन के साथ आज हम लोग गए थे। उसमें हमारा झारखंड कांग्रेस पार्टी से लेकर झारखंड मुक्ति मोर्चा आज भी सारे लोग हम लोग मिलकर गए थे और हमारे पास 47 जो है MLAs हमारा साथ आज है। उसमें 43 और एक हमारे स्पीकर साहब, उसका भी समर्थन आप लोग जानते होंगे पार्टी से। जी, हेमंत सोरेन जी इस्तीफा दिए हैं और हम लोगों ने नई सरकार बनाने के लिए दावा पेश किया। चंपाई सोरेन जी माननीय मुख्यमंत्री रहेंगे। जी, समय नहीं दिया है। उन्होंने बोला कि हम देखेंगे, आपको समय देंगे।
आज का ही समय मांगा था आप लोगों ने शपथ ग्रहण के लिए?
नहीं, शपथ करने के लिए कोई समय नहीं मांगे थे। हम लोग सिर्फ इतना ही बोले थे कि हमारा दावा सही है और हम लोग को बुलाया जाए। हम लोग आपको कहाँ भी बोले, हम लोग आज भी मेरे साथ जो है 43 विधायक है, वो लोग भी चाहते हैं कि हम लोग वहाँ पर परेड करें, लेकिन उन्होंने मना किया है कि नहीं, आप लोग दावा पेश किए हैं। उन्होंने इस्तीफा दे दिया, अपना चले गए।
देखिए, हम सबों ने अपना सरकार बनाने का दावा पेश किया है। 43 चंपाई सोरेन हमारे नए मुख्यमंत्री होंगे, उनके नेतृत्व में हम सबों ने दावा पेश किया है।
और बोलिए बोलिए।
अब हम कह दिया, बाकी समय है ना आप लोग को आने का, बोलने का।
आप मुख्यमंत्री बनेंगे, क्या कुछ आगे की रणनीति?
भाई इन्होंने स्पष्ट कहा है कि हमें जल्दी शपथ ग्रहण का समय दें, हम बहुमत साबित करेंगे। हमारे 43 विधायक बाहर खड़े हैं, अगर आप उसे देखना चाहें तो आप देख सकते हैं। उन्होंने कहा कि मैं आपके पत्र को पढ़ रहा हूं, जल्दी ही आपको बुलावा भेजूंगा।
अच्छा, मुख्यमंत्री हेमंत सोरेन आप गिरफ्तार हो गए।
The first press briefing by Champai Soren, who according to the MLAs will be their next CM, and Alam spoke to the media mostly. He said we have the support of 47 MLAs and we are ready to prove majority. शहजाद, फिनिश योर पॉइंट.
बस अपनी बात को 10 सेकंड में खत्म करता हूं. देखिए, ईडी से आगे कोर्ट क्यों राहत नहीं दे रहा? मनीष सिसोदिया, संजय सिंह हो या चाहे विजय नायर हो, वो महीनों से जेल में, और कांग्रेस पार्टी सेलिब्रेट करती है बाकायदा जब वो जेल में जाते हैं और कहती कार्रवाई सही है. आम आदमी पार्टी के, मुझे यहाँ पे मुनि जी दिख रहे हैं, ये है छत्तीसगढ़ में आम आदमी पार्टी का ऑफिशियल स्टेटमेंट कि ईडी मस्ट इंटेरोगेट एंड अरेस्ट भूपेश बघेल. तो आज आकर ईडी जब कार्रवाई करे तो गुनेगार गुनेगार और दूसरों पर करे तो चमत्कार चमत्कार. इस प्रकार की हिपोक्रेसी नहीं चलेगी. लालू कन्विक्टेड है, जेल में एक समय पर कन्विक्ट हो चुकी है, और जो भी हो रहा है आज केजरीवाल बताएं. केजरीवाल इस्तीफे मांगते थे लोगों के जांच से पहले, आज लोग जेल जा रहे हैं, कन्विक्ट हुए हैं, तो केजरीवाल के मुंह पर पट्टी लगी हुई है.
Okay, we're getting some live reaction before I take a reaction from Lokesh Jindal.
Party, he's speaking to the media. But we got the first reaction of Champai Soren, exclusive for the viewers of the Times Network. That's a carcade which is moving out from this location. We'll have to see that whether Hemant Soren is there in these one of these vehicles along with the ED officials or not. That is another important factor. But what we got to know that ED team was certainly was along with the team of MLAs who came to this location. So the big breaking information is that Champai Soren will be swearing in as the new Chief Minister of the state, as well as Hemant Soren has put in his papers as the Chief Minister, and he will be formally arrested soon by the ED.
All right, Priyank, stay on with us. Let me quickly take reactions from our guests here. Lokesh Jindal, Congress celebrates when the agencies act against Aam Aadmi Party, but now that Hemant Soren had to step down and he has been questioned, you have a problem.
The centre, it puts accusations on Ajit Pawar, it puts accusation on Musharraf, it puts accusation on Suvendu Adhikari, Narayan Rane, Hemant Biswa Sarma, but doesn't act. Why this selectivity, brother? जब सैया हो कोतवाल तो डर काहे का? Very clear.
Your audio is too low, Lokesh Jindal. Let us fix that. I'm not able to hear you. You're not audible. Let me meanwhile go across to Mr. Muni. Akashdeep Muni, is this vendetta? Is that what you're going to call? Is that the standard response now of the opposition, that this is nothing but vendetta?
No. Our honorable Prime Minister said, ना खाऊंगा, ना खाने दूंगा, ना भ्रष्टाचार करूंगा, ना करने दूंगा. ये देखिए, मोदी जी ने प्रेसाइडिंग ऑफिसर अनिल मसीह को, जो उनके कार्यकर्ता है, उनको प्रेसाइडिंग ऑफिसर बनाया और वो ओपनली भ्रष्टाचार कर रहे हैं. और वो 8 वोट खुद अपने हाथों से कैंसिल कर रहे हैं. आप खुद देख सकते हैं. और ये भ्रष्टाचार हो रहा है. आप सबको पता है कि ना कि 20 वोट कांग्रेस और आम आदमी पार्टी के पाले में था, और 20 में से 8 वोट अनिल मसीह ने कैंसिल करवाया, जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के माइनॉरिटी अफेयर्स के पदाधिकारी है. एंड स्टिल टुडे देयर आर फेसेस इन फ्रंट ऑफ मी हु आर सपोर्टिंग इट. दिस इज अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल, दिस इज एंटी नेशनल. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू विल बी रिगिंग द इलेक्शन. भाई रिग कर दो सारे इलेक्शन. और जो 1-2 बंदे बचे, because Hemant Soren is the Adivasi face of India.
Because others also want to come in because he is a tribal chief minister.
क्योंकि आनंद जी को बोलना है 10 सेकंड में ही. मसीह का वीडियो तो पंजाब हरियाणा हाईकोर्ट के संज्ञान में है, परंतु जो क्लियर कट है, लालू इज कन्विक्टेड, पवन मोदी इज कन्विक्टेड. ये लोगों पर तो बोलने की हैसियत नहीं बची. ये लोग इस्तीफे मांगते थे लोगों के बीच में. मत बोलिए 10 सेकंड. अरे भाई मुनि जी रुक जाइए, मुनि जी रुक जाइए. इतना काहे उत्साह में रहते हैं आप भ्रष्टाचारियों को बचाने के लिए. दूसरी बात मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूँ, जहां तक आपने चंडीगढ़ का जिक्र किया है, मान्यवर एक बार अपने कांग्रेस पार्टी के साथियों से पूछ लीजिए, राहुल गांधी का सूद समेत बदला ले लिया आपसे. आप ही कह रहे थे ना कि राहुल गांधी को नहीं, खड़गे जी को बनाना है, फेस बनाना है, और ये एक थी कांग्रेस, तो इन्होंने सूद समेत बदला ले लिया आपसे. हमें काहे गरिया रहे हो? हमें काहे गरिया रहे हो भाई? इनवैलिड करने की तो पुरानी प्रथा है कांग्रेस की वोटों की. उन्होंने हरियाणा में भी करवाया है, यहाँ पर भी करवा दिया. हमें क्या? और प्रिसाइडिंग ऑफिसर हमेशा कोई पार्षद ही होता है. दिल्ली के भी मेयरल इलेक्शन में पार्षद ही था. तो कृपया करके अपनी जानकारी का स्रोत बढ़ा दीजिए. अभी आनंद जी बोलेंगे, थोड़ा जानकारी बढ़ जाएगी.
Dr. Ranganathan, amidst the political bickering, one should not forget that over 6 summons were issued to Hemant Soren. He did not answer those. And then he told the officials to come to his residence. He said, I'll meet you on the 31st of January and that's when I'll answer your questions. And anticipating his arrest, he was forced to step down.
Good evening, Swati. On these fast developing equations, let me put it that way, political or otherwise, the fact of the matter is that I want to make 3 very brief points. Number 1, something has to be said of our political environment and politicians when 6 summons have to be given to a constitutional head in order for him or her to actually come and depose. And I'm not just talking about Mr. Soren. I'm talking of Dr. Muni's, icon, Arvind Kejriwal. I don't know how many summons has he been served. I think 4, if I'm not mistaken. This is 5, Shehzad reminds me. Is this not an abuse of the democratic setup? You may not agree with the ways and means of the ED. You may not agree with the conclusions of ED. But you are repeatedly, as a constitutional head, refusing the summons repeatedly. I think that should be unacceptable in a democracy. I hope across the board tonight, everyone agrees. Now, very quickly, point number 2, because time is short. Number 1, there is absolutely no doubt that in 85% of the cases that have been investigated by the ED, the cases belong to the opposition leaders. Overall, 95% of the cases that have been investigated by the investigative agencies currently under the Modi government are belonging to the opposition leaders. Obviously, ED and other investigative agencies are preferentially going after digging the cases of the opposition leaders. Otherwise, I challenge people a fake case and this will come to nothing. Let me remind you that the conviction rate of ED in PMLA cases that pertain to money laundering is 95%. That is to say, in the cases where ED investigated and that have, Swati, this is very
okay,
unfair.
Mr. Muni, I'll come back to you. You can present your data and counter. Let him finish. You can counter him with your data. I'll give you a chance to counter.
This is, I don't know what
मैं आपके पास आऊंगी, आप अपना डेटा रखिएगा और आप काउंटर कर सकते हैं. Dr. Ranganathan.
Dr. Muni is not like this. I don't know what has happened to him. Why is he agitated?
Okay.
Dr. Muni, please don't do this. Please, Swati, this is, I don't know. Please tell me when is times now.
Mr. Muni, 1 second. I'll come to you. You can come up with your data and counter. Let him finish. I have to go across to other panelists as well.
1 minute. Why is he so agitated?
I'll come to you for a counter. Yes, Dr. Ranganathan.
Dr. Muni पे रेड नहीं होने वाली. अभी आप में रहिए. Now, I was about Swati, come on. This is very unfair. I was completely silent. I was listening respectfully to every other panelist. Please, somebody must give me that courtesy, though. So, in the cases that have been investigated by the ED that have led to conviction, the conviction rate is 95%. That tells you that ED is no joke. It takes things seriously. Finally, in the case of the AAP government in Punjab, let me briefly, 10 seconds, expose their shameless hypocrisy. When they arrested the Congress MLA who commented on the ring of one of their MPs, Khera, Congress MLA, they arrested him, and what did they say? He has been arrested on the basis of ED investigation against him.
Yes.
AAP arrest people on the basis of ED investigation, and today it is castigating the same ED. अरे कुछ तो शर्म कर लो भाई.
Okay, I want to bring in Abbas Haider, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Abbas Haider, what about the taint? What about the taint? Yes, the investigation will continue, the questioning will continue, and the political blame game will also continue. But how will the I.N.D.I.A bloc now go to the Janata and ask for votes amidst all the bickering that is happening within the I.N.D.I.A itself?
Basically, Bharti, it is a threat to the federal structure of the country. They don't want to dispose a particular person, but they want to dispose the democratically elected government of this country, where Bharatiya Janata Party is not in power. I respect Anand Bhai, but Anand Bhai was telling half truth. Let me tell you, there have been 1,506 cases which has been registered by ED in 17 years of its formation, out of which only 25 cases were disposed by ED. And only 24 of them got convicted. Out of 59 906 cases. The percentage is 0.42%. And everybody in this country knows that all these central agencies are working as an ally of Bharatiya Janata Party. They are working as a department and cell of Bharatiya Janata Party.
Would you like
and
to...
Bharatiya Janata Party is so shameless that they are not bothered. Even state president of Bharatiya Janata Party
know it when the Enforcement Directorate
let me first complete.
Or the agencies act against AAP.
The show for No, I am saying that these agencies are controlled by the union government, and no matter who is saying what, the problem is when the agencies are controlled by the union government, the union government
based on where the interest of the party lies, isn't it? Isn't that also very, very convenient for the political parties? Praise them in case your rival is being investigated and arrested.
It's not convenient. See, let me first. I'm saying, let me at least finish my statement. You are getting to me at the end of the show, to at least let me finish with my statement. I'm saying that BJP is so shameless that they are not bothered of what the people of the country are thinking, that just because 2024 election is coming, so that's why Bharatiya Janata Party is doing this. Does the people of the country, they don't know that? They don't know that they want to divert public attention. They don't know that yes, people who are fighting Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP is saying my way or highway. I mean, Bharatiya Janata Party is saying that if you don't compromise with us, we are going to come for you. This cannot be done in a democratic structure. This cannot be tolerated in a democracy like India, vibrant democracy. This is what I have to say.
Okay, before I go to Tausif, a quick rebuttal from Shehzad. Mallikarjun Kharge has also tweeted. Shehzad, he says, save democracy from Tanashahi. He says, federalism ki dhajjiya udana hai. What has happened today?
You know, I am going to borrow heavily from Anand Ranganathan's previous statements and say कि भाई ये लोग कहते हैं बंगाल में ममता दीदी is killing democracy, पंजाब में आम आदमी पार्टी is killing democracy, साउथ केरला में पिनराई विजयन is killing democracy, और दिल्ली में आके बोल रहे हैं we'll all come together and save democracy. तो भाई इनका तो भरोसा करना मुश्किल है. दूसरी बात, आनंद रंगनाथन को मिसकोट मत कीजिए. By the way, the conviction can only be done by court. So even if the agency files a charge sheet, जब तक matter court में नहीं जाएगा तो 25 गया 24 convicted. दूसरी सी बात, last बात. अब्बास हैदर, please एक statement सुनिए और मुझे बताइए कौन सही कौन गलत. अब्बास, don't interrupt, please don't interrupt. Please, Abbas, don't interrupt. 10 seconds more, then you speak. Abbas, 10 seconds more, then you speak. अरे भाई, I am asking you 10 seconds. क्या तरीका है भाई इनका?
एक मिनट. अब्बास जी, एक मिनट. You can count.
Why don't you accept it? What is the problem with that?
Gentleman, I am asking you very specifically, इधर उधर मत भागिए. ईडी और सीबीआई दोनों ने कार्रवाई मनीष सिसोदिया पे की. सुप्रिया श्रीनेत
अजीत पवार,
अरे अब्बास भाई क्या कर रहे हो यार? Let people have a good discussion on television. Let me speak for 10 seconds. Then you speak.
CBI, all
that. Why are you doing a debate?
This is what the philosophy of Bharatiya Janata Party. This is what Bharatiya Janata Party want to say.
अच्छा बोल लीजिए, उसके बाद 10 सेकंड दीजिए. आप 10 सेकंड पेशेंस रखिए ना. Let people have a good debate. 10 seconds. Supriya Shrinet, after Manish Sisodia was arrested, said this is justified. He's a corrupt man. Do you agree with Aam Aadmi Party or with Congress? No, don't obfuscate, don't filibuster. Answer this question. Are kya are?
अरे why would I have what I have to do with Supriya Shrinet?
अरे आप democracy बचा रहे हो.
My opinion.
You are in
what she's
I.N.D.I.
saying, why don't
Are
you
you not
ask
part
her?
of I.N.D.I.?
You have just one clip of Supriya Shrinet on every debate. You just play that clip on every debate. You play that clip.
This is what Supriya Shrinet is saying. This is what Supriya Shrinet is saying. Okay, second round of rebuttals से पहले Tausif Ahmed.
Why don't you tell about Bharatiya Janata Party? Can you be spokesperson of BJP or you will be spokesperson of Supriya Shrinet? You will be spreading her, videos or whatever you have got on every debate.
Can you hear me, Tausif Ahmed? If you can hear me, go ahead.
Yes, Swati. Of course, I can hear you and I can hear so many others also speaking at the same time, making it like a fish market. And this is not how generally it happens in your show. Anyway, you see, Swati, the action today, what has happened in Jharkhand, is a mockery on India's electoral democracy. This ED is acting as a star campaigner for BJP. It is a tool, a weapon of BJP used against the opposition leaders. There's a long list, starting from Himanta Biswa Sarma, the BJP Chief Minister of Assam. In West Bengal, we have Suvendu Adhikari. We have Yedurappa in Karnataka. We have Narayan Rane, Bhavani Gawali, Yashwant and Yamini Jadhav, Ajit Pawar, Chhagan Bhujbal in Maharashtra. And it's a lot of their properties. It is only going to the opposition leaders at the instruction of the central government, in the instruction of BJP, to help them in this
election. The election is not very far away, and all of this was pre-planned. What they are doing now, they could have done it 2 years ago. But 2 years ago, if Hemant Soren was arrested, it would have not benefited BJP politically. So it's a mockery of the political democracy, the electoral democracy of India.
But
it's just a
investigation
mockery.
takes time,
And
isn't it,
BJP
Tausif Ahmed? Tausif Ahmed, you are an advocate, you know that investigation takes time. अगर पहले Hemant Soren को investigate कर लेते, interrogate कर लेते, you would have said the ED has not done its homework.
Yes. No. For ED, no time is required.
Okay, ED requires no time. All right, ED requires no time, but Shehzad Poonawala BJP is a washing machine. I know, Dr. Ranganathan, you want to come in, but after a quick rebuttal, I'll come to you.
Since my friend Tausif said fish market नहीं बनना चाहिए, now he should listen to me and not interrupt me. तौसीफ भाई, आपने अभी कहा ईडी ने जब कार्रवाई टीएमसी के नेताओं पे की तो पता है किसने कहा कैंसर ऑफ करप्शन इज टीएमसी? अधीर रंजन चौधरी. ही इज आल्सो विद यू. And then, apart from that, the court said that Partha and others should be investigated, and they ordered the CBI and ED inquiries into various scams that are taking place in Bengal. Now, you tell me, is Congress party lying that you're the cancer of corruption, or are you saying that ED is doing
But Shehzad, do respond to the specific question.
I'm coming to specific question also. Now, he took few names.
Yes.
I'll take two specific names and ask. Hemant Soren, Hemanta Biswa Sarma joined BJP in 2015. In 2018, all the allegations were taken to Guwahati High Court and nothing was found against them. I want to ask them that if they had the proof, why didn't they prove? And Mukul Roy, who was in our party, was investigated by CBI. Why was in our party? That time they used to say corrupt hai. Now Mukul Roy किधर गया तौसीफ भाई? जरा बताइए मुकुल रॉय किधर है? काहे ले लिया आपने उनको वापस? काहे ले लिया उनको वापस? बताओ. Mukul Roy, Anand Ranganathan will know. Every day they used to say Mukul investigated, and the moment Mukul Roy left, they said red carpet for Mukul Roy come in our party. बोला कि नहीं बोला तौसीफ जगह बताइए.
येदियुरप्पा, शुभेंदु अधिकारी,
there are others also.
long list.
There are others also.
मैं रात भर यही list.
But Dr. Ranganathan, since you've questioned both sides, is BJP a washing machine where corrupt individuals come and they are taint free? Mallikarjun Kharge says all of this is being done to destabilize governments, states where the opposition is in government.
No, absolutely, Swati, and I've said it in the brief time that I had to say things, that ED is being used as a tool, no doubt about it, and it is going preferentially after the opposition leaders. 95% of them, of all central agencies, the cases are pertaining to opposition leaders. This is hard facts. Nobody can dispute that. But the fact also is that what Shehzad said is equally pertinent and important and has to be answered by the people who are politically his opposites. That aren't there courts in this country? Has the investigations of ED against Mr. Sisodia and other AAP leaders have in any way come as a roadblock for justice to be delivered to Manish Sisodia by the courts? If that is the case, then I ask you, why haven't the courts blasted the ED and the government and removed all the cases and let Mr. Sisodia off? Number two, this is also very important because Abbas Bhai mentioned what I said and I stick to my data, and Shehzad can also ratify that. I'm absolutely right. In the cases that have led to conviction, the help of the ED, the conviction rate is 95%. I stick to that because when I speak facts, they remain facts. Finally, I want to ask Abbas Bhai. Abbas Bhai, is it not true that during the nuclear deal, I don't know whether you were there in Samajwadi Party or not, but the case against Mullah... Abbas Bhai, I did not interrupt.
Achha, let him finish his question. Abbas ji, you can answer it. Let him
Please let me finish. When you are talking of bias and using ED and other investigative agencies as a tool, is it not a fact that the cases against Mulayam Singh ji, the late Mulayam Singh ji and Akhilesh Yadav ji were given a closure and clean sheet by the CBI because they wanted the vote of their SP leaders in the nuclear deal, and that was the Congress. So I want you live to castigate and criticize the Congress right now live if you have the guts, Abbas Bhai. Do it.
Anand Bhai, first of all, it is not 95%, it is 96% in fact. But let me tell you, there are only 25 cases which has been disposed by ED. Out of it, 94% got convicted. In 94 cases, people got convicted. It is 96%. But let me tell you, and Shehzad, so I know you'll come with that argument. But the charge sheet has been filed in only around 11 740 cases, which will come to around 20% of the total cases which have been registered by ED. So even the charge sheet is too less, too low.
Please answer my question on
I'll answer. Yes, yeah. So basically, the closure report has been given to the Supreme Court. It has been pending for like 2 decades. You have taken the image of a politician for no reason, and ultimately there was nothing. This is what precisely ED, CBI, income tax is doing right now. You are tainting images of politicians who are from the opposition parties, and ultimately there will be no cases. They will get free from the court. The court will,
in cases that are currently investigated, and the netas who are behind the bars, who's doing politics. Are you saying that the courts are also involved? Lokesh Jindal?
As an ally for any political party which is in power.
That's an important question,
right.
Swati. Please ask him.
Now, it was very clear that there would be the budget session of Jharkhand from 1st of February to 28th of February. And Chief Minister Hemant Soren had undersigned all the documents. He was required to be present in the Legislative Assembly at the time of the budget session. And that is why he was requesting the ED that he would give all the statements, he would record all his statements once his official commitments are being done. However, look at the manner in which ED responded. The entire episode had a political intent to disrupt the functioning of the government. There was some form of a motive that was underneath, that let us disrupt the functioning of the government so that in the forthcoming elections, the BJP, it can have certain ground and it can reach out to the voters. Babulal Marandi, he has been very vocal with respect to the criticism to Chief Minister Hemant Soren. All Hemant Soren asked was time for 31st of January, where he will himself call the ED officials and have all his statements recorded. Please tell me, isn't this the high-handedness of the ED? In Nagpur, we had Sunil Kedar. He was deliberately arrested and made sure that he is disqualified as an MLA. Whoever is a potential rival for the BJP,
potential rivals are being targeted. Hemant Soren targeted because he's a leader in the opposition and he's a tribal CM. I know Shehzad, you want to respond, but let's play out that reaction. First reaction from Champai Soren. He spoke to Times Now.
चंपाई जी, क्या कितना खुशी है? अब आप हैं, अब चीफ मिनिस्टर आप हैं।
चले बाद में बोलेंगे।
हेमंत जी ने इस्तीफा दे दिया, कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे?
नहीं, अभी नहीं बोलेंगे। हम बोल दिया सरकार।
That was the exclusive reaction of Champai Soren.
All right, Shehzad, respond to the specific allegations.
There are 2 subsets of the allegations. Please give me 20 seconds. I'll finish in 20 seconds. He said first that we are the ones who are tainting the opposition leaders using ED. Illegal sand mining going on under Punjab. Chief Minister's knows 40,000 crores worth. Congress leader Sidhu. ये दो चार दिन पहले का बयान है. और दूसरा पॉइंट, इन्होंने कहा कि हम इनको हायरस कर रहे हैं. वैसे तो हेमंत जी जाना चाह रहे थे. 20 सेकंड बोला है भाई, रुक जाओ ना. हेमंत सोरेन ने 8वें समन के बाद सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक अर्जी लगाई, समन क्वाश करो. समन क्वाश सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने नहीं किया, तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट भी उनको प्रताड़ना करना चाह रही थी. तेजस्वी भी गए समन क्वाश करवाने, नहीं हुआ. वो करवा रहे थे. लैंड फॉर जॉब स्कैम तब शुरू हुआ जब यूपीए में ममता दीदी रेल मिनिस्टर थी. और ये कैसा सामाजिक न्याय भाई? ग्रुप सी और ग्रुप डी की नौकरियां आप पैसों के लिए और जमीन के लिए आप लोग बेच रहे हैं, और ये आप लोग गरीबों की चिंता कर रहे हैं. वो उससे पहले आरजेडी के प्रवक्ता ने बोलते बोलते मिडिल मैन बोल दिया कि मिडिल मैन की चिंता हो रही है. मिडिल क्लास की नहीं, मिडिल मैन की चिंता थी. इसीलिए क्या क्या नहीं बेचा, कोयले से लेकर माइनिंग तक, माइनिंग से लेकर जॉब तक, हर जगह घोटाला घोटाला घोटाला.
Akashdeep Muni.
Swati, can I come in?
Yes, thank you. Finally. Swati ji, first I want to tell you that there are 5,906 cases that they were registered with ED, from which only in 24 cases there has been conviction in the last 17 years. And in these 24 cases also, it happened in the era of UPA, not in the era of I.N.D.A. So the number of cases where conviction happened by ED and in I.N.D.A. era is 0. So what happens is that the process of conviction becomes the punishment, and this is what Bharatiya Janata Party is doing. It is asking the ED to go after people so that they come in their fold. We have seen that in the case of LCP, where Ajit Pawar, Chhagan Bhujbal, these people were behind bars for 2 years, and then when they joined Bharatiya Janata Party, they are out. Even the ED went to the court and said that we have no case under him.
Let's also talk about the Liquorgate case, Mr. Muni, because you'll be reminded of that and the fact that the Netas have not been able to get bail from the court. So are the courts also involved, following instructions?
I'll tell you, sir, 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Okay.
The point, I'll tell you, 10 seconds. 10 seconds, please don't heckle me, sir. Please don't heckle me, sir.
Okay, Mr. Muni, finish your point. Dr. Ranganathan, Karuna Sagar also wants to come.
Tell me 10 seconds.
Yes.
Bear with me. About Liquorgate, why PMLA was brought? PMLA was brought, 10 seconds. PMLA was brought actually in this country to stop terrorism and narcotics. It has been so stronger so that it should be cases against non-bailable cases can be filed and the procedure can takes place so that terrorism and narcotics is stopped down. The terrorism, PMLA, which is used against terrorism, narcotics, is used against opposition leaders. Not only one, not only two, upon all the opposition leaders.
But the definition and the justification that you're giving here in the studio on this debate on national TV, do you think the courts don't understand when and how PMLA should be implemented? Whether PMLA is being wrongly slapped against these netas, Mr. Muni? Karuna Sagarji. Yeah, Karuna Sagarji wants to come in. I'll come to you. Karuna Sagarji, go ahead.
Swati, I think a lot of people have missed one news. On 29th of this month, one senior IRS officer named Bala Murugan, he was suspended 2 days before retirement because earlier he had written to the President of India saying that under the finance minister, or under whom the ED comes, the ED has become a handmaiden of BJP. So this officer 2 days before retirement has been suspended and disciplinary action is going to be taken against him. That is how people are talking about ED, and when we are talking about courts, we are also forgetting that in a lot of cases where the courts have granted bail, they have come down heavily on ED, saying that PMLA is not made out.
Okay.
But what happens in those cases? What happened in the case of Sanjay Raut's bail? And the courts comment on that.
Okay, let me answer this specifically. By the way, Laluji has been convicted and no court has stayed his conviction, not even made a comment on it. So at least to accept that Lalu is convicted corrupt 4 times. Secondly, the PMLA argument made by Muniji, Manish Sisodia is in jail on the CBI case. Here is the court order. He is in jail in CBI case. CBI doesn't deal with PMLA law. CBI deals with POCA and with IPC and with CRPC. By the way, ED's law and ED's jurisdiction was questioned by 14 parties in Supreme Court. Got no relief.
As we speak, breaking news coming in. It's confirmed now that Hemant Soren has been placed under arrest. We were also playing out the image, the first picture when he actually stepped down as the Chief Minister. And now it is confirmed that Hemant Soren has been placed under arrest. So right after he stepped down as the Chief Minister of Jharkhand, the Enforcement Directorate has placed Hemant Soren under arrest. That's the big political development that we are reporting here on Times Now. First confirmation, in fact, coming in on Times Now that Hemant Soren has been placed under arrest. Remember, earlier we told you how he was in the custody of the Enforcement Directorate. The officials accompanied him to Raj Bhavan, where he has stepped down. He submitted his resignation to the governor. That picture is also on your screen when Hemant Soren stepped down from the post of the Chief Minister. Priyank is getting us more details. It's confirmed now Hemant Soren has been placed under arrest.
Yes, certainly, and finally Hemant Soren has been arrested, and as you can see, all these officials of the ED who had gone to the office of Chief Minister where he was questioned, and the residents of Chief Minister are back to their headquarters. It was a very well decided in the meeting which happened in between the ED officials and the chief security officers and the police officials of Jharkhand Police that the Chief Minister need to be kept at a safe place. That's why what we are getting to know that he could be there at the Deen-Dayal Awas, which is near Morabadi. This is what our sources have been suggesting. The ED officials are back here. They camped inside the CM's house for more than 7 to 8 hours, and after questioning, he was told that he will be arrested by the Enforcement Directorate. Henceforth, he requested the ED officials that I should be given some time to go to the governor and submit my resignation before them, so that the government should not be in a case of flux, and that was also important for the law and order situation here in the state of Jharkhand, because the state could not have been left without a chief minister.
So he
that
made
was the
that
point
demand
which was made before
allow
the
him
senior
to
official,
resign first. Allow him to resign first, and then the legal procedure can be completed. Bhavtosh is getting us more details. What next? Will he be brought to the national capital? What happens now?
Swati, the case is registered in the zonal office of Ranchi, so it's unlikely that he will be brought here, but it all depends on what the top brass of Enforcement Directorate will decide. But big news that we are breaking here at Times Now, as Priyank rightly said, that after hours of dramatic turns of events that started early afternoon, he has been formally arrested, and this has been confirmed to us by the top and to his family members, including the immovable assets that he has acquired over a period of few years between 2022, including the time when he was the chief minister, also the linkages between the two scams, the alleged illegal mining scam and also the land scam. And the other important part is the linkages of some accused in the two scams between Prem Prakash, Amit Agarwal, and also importantly between the third between Chavi Ranjan and Prem Prakash. The land scam has, we all know, led to forgery of different land records, and they have also very importantly, these land records were changed at the behest of some bureaucrats and also by the current political dispensation. Hemant Soren had this constant fight between the Enforcement Directorate in which he had leveled serious allegations against them. But having said that, he not only resigned today, and he has now been formally arrested. Former Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren has been arrested. He in fact he asked Enforcement Directorate officer that he will first resign, and then he should be arrested, and that request was accepted by the Enforcement Directorate officers. He was allowed to go to the governor's house. He submitted his resignation, then his medical examination was done, and he has now been formally arrested. Now at around 9:30 in the evening, he has been formally arrested. He will be produced in the court. That remand application will be submitted, that all-important remand application in which the grounds of arrest will be given. Sources have told us the grounds of arrest, including him being non-cooperative, his answers were evasive. Obviously, politics will be played out tomorrow with the opposition leveling very serious charges at the center, and tomorrow the interim budget will also be presented.
Absolutely. Bhavtosh, we are also being told that his statement has been recorded. You're saying one of the grounds for arrest also is non-cooperation. Reports coming in that he'll be kept at the makeshift jail. That's a big development. After stepping down as the Chief Minister of Jharkhand, Hemant Soren has been placed under arrest. It has been confirmed now. The ED officials will keep him at the makeshift jail, and the interrogation, in fact, will continue. Priyank and Bhavtosh, stay on with us. I'm thanking all the guests. Thank you very much for joining us.